Is the Devin Haney, Brian Norman Jr. fight in jeopardy? The Haneys continue to talk about VADA. They say that Brian Norman has yet to sign up. Could this complicate things? In this video, that's what I want to talk about. Welcome. Now, Bill Haney, he's at it again. He's using social media and he's basically, I don't know, challenging the Normans to sign up to VADA. And I will go over that in the next few minutes. But I have a lot to say, so stay tuned to the end of this video where I can really get off and give you my thoughts on this whole situation because, again, I have a lot to talk about and it stinks. It stinks. You know, I'm not a fan of it. And, again, you will understand by the end of this video why I say that and what I'm not a fan of. Without further ado, we shall jump into the content. Boom. So this is Bill Haney's page, and we'll start here. Well, someone said, imagine Devin Haney fights Brian Norman in the pocket and cooks him. Devin Haney says, imagine. I mean, hey, I would like to see it. If you're going to move up to 147, fight a champion and bring it to him and fight non-Tom and Jerry like Shakur Stevenson did William Zepeda, you know, have at it. Enjoy. But here's the topic of today's video. Bill Haney says, we offered to start VADA testing today and even pay for it. Brian Norman Jr. wants to wait until August 1st. If you got nothing to hide, you've got nothing to delay. Let's test now. Right? Hashtag Haney Norman Riyadh season clean sport. Blame Bill Haney. Oh yeah, we for sure finna blame Bill Haney. Don't you worry about that. We definitely blaming you. Don't you worry. We gonna blame you. Now, Brian Norman has seen this. And he responded to Bill Haney. Brian Norman says, I am about to go out of the country all next week. When I get back, it's dang near August. So I said, let's start then. Your boy will be okay. This will be a clean whooping. This will be a clean whooping. That's what Brian Norman is saying. Right? So he's responding. He's going out of country, probably, I don't know. I can't speak for him, but maybe taking a vacation before he gets into a important camp. Bill Haney responded, kicks back. You leaving the country, don't stop. No drug testing, champ. VADA go everywhere. You know that. We offered to start today and even pay for it. But now you talking about August and you're talking about vacations, right? You said it'll be a clean whooping. Cool. Let's start with a clean test. Okay. Now we get to the ego thoughts. Here's what I don't like. Me. This is what I don't like. Now, I am reasonable. I understand the Haneys feel a type of way for what happened in the Ryan Garcia fight. I understand that. It's like if you went through a car accident because you weren't buckled up and then you had to do this crazy recovery, whiplash, broke some bones, you're probably going to think twice and make some changes when you get back into a car after you've healed, right? So whether it's your fault or not, because we'll say in the same car accident example, Maybe it's not your fault. Maybe you had a belt on, but somebody had some sips of wine before they got behind the wheel, which is a no-no, and they wrapped the car. Either way, whether it's you at fault or someone else at fault, we as humans try to learn and improve. You're not trying to go through the same drama over and over again. So I can understand after the whole fiasco and what the Ryan Garcia fight did to the Haney brand, they're really like dejected from how it played out. I can understand that because I am realistic, so I can understand that. However, it doesn't give you the right to go on this crusade and paranoia trip where now you're basically, ever since that moment happened with the one person, you are pretty much accusing any and everybody of cheating. That's where it stops. It's The Rock. Come on, bro. Like, Brian Norman, so far so good. And I am far from a pessimistic person. I understand all that goes on in my sport of boxing. I understand there's people who are juicy and they just ain't been caught for it. I understand how the game goes. I truly do. Boxing is dirty. Boxing is corrupt. But a lot of times, the whole point of doing dirt for most people is not to do dirt and get busted and caught, but it's to do dirt and not get caught. So the people who are actually doing dirt, best believe they're trying to conceal it. They don't want it to be a public issue. You know, I mean, who does that? Name a person who's robbing banks and then they're advertising it on their social media. And if somebody is dumb enough to do that, they're going to get caught really quick. You see what I'm saying? So most people don't want to get caught. That's what I'm getting at right now, right? They don't want to get caught at all. So just for Bill Haney to pretty much be running around, it's literally been with everybody. Like, for example, because you know your boy Ego, I come with receipts. I always have my receipts when I do these videos. Since the Ryan fight, like, so Ryan put him in timeout. He's the one that infracted. He's the one that defaulted on the contract. He's the one. So he's in timeout. But to try to make it like it's a widespread issue with everybody you're about to fight, you might as well not fight nobody if you're going to be paranoid. You know what I mean? Because Jose Ramirez, Bill Haney did this, right? He's talked about other people like Teofimo Lopez when there were fight talks, and then they're saying, oh, VADA this, VADA that, blah, 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 blah. And it just like, come on, bro. Again, back to the car accident. Nobody wants to go through a car accident. Nobody wants to go through ups and downs of life. I get it. But because a drunk driver hit you, now no driver on the road could be tested. You might as well not drive. You know what I mean? Because I don't believe in living life in fear. So to me, I really don't like it. And I think Bill Haney is taking social media and he's trying to weaponize it with VADA. The other thing that I really don't like here is the fact that when we're talking about what he's doing with VADA and constantly pretty much accusing everybody of being on something and not wanting to take tests or ducking tests, all this type of stuff. Couple things here. For one, Turkey, all these dudes, especially Bill Haney and Devin Haney, they're like praising Turkey, saying he's the money man. He got everything going on. Devin Haney literally tweeted, oh, his events keep getting better. Turkey, oh, he's found something, blah, blah, blah. Cool. So endless money, Turkey found something. Turkey can do no wrong, in your opinion, right? So on a Turkey card in Saudi Arabia in a high-profile fight, why is this not hashed out? Huh? Why is this not, like, clearly the Haneys have issue with testing and who's testing and whatnot. So this is a sticking point. So if Turkey has all this money and it's a high profile fight in Saudi Arabia, why is this not already like commandeered, organized, and like understood before we even got to the pushing, the shirt around the head, Beavis and Butthead, all these moments where you're doing face-offs and promoting the fight and flyers are coming out. Why is this not already handled? That to me is dumb and is backwards. It's backwards to not have this stuff sorted, to the point where Bill Haney has to run the social media. You should, if you knew your son was wronged and you're the manager and the trainer and Turkey has endless funds and all this stuff that you're praising him for, then it should be understood on the contract day one, hey, we'll fight Brian Norman. We'll move up in weight. But our only condition is X, Y, and Z, and drug testing must start August 1st or whatever you're wanting. But to not have that stuff in order and then go on social media and then pitch these fits and small fires like somebody's cheating, it looks dumb. It looks bad. It looks corny, right? Why not situate all this stuff beforehand? That's one major issue. The other issue is outside of just accusing people who have never popped or shown to be dirty, right? You're just going to point the finger. Ramirez, Tio, Brian, none of these guys have popped dirty, right? So, again, you might as well get out the sport of boxing or not fight anyone because, unfortunately, in a sport like boxing, you're always going to run the risk that somebody is trying to do something underhanded, you know what I mean? And you just got to be stealthy and sleuthy enough to not let it happen to you and not get got. And another reason this looked crazy is because, let's be real, Devin Haney and Brian Norman weren't really, Devin Haney and Bill Haney, they weren't really on this tip until it happened to them, right? So they weren't like these major advocates like Floyd. Floyd was a major advocate for the movement of introducing for big fights like Pacquiao, Olympic style and urine test, right? He really was like a pioneer in that, right? We don't know the Haneys for that. They didn't really start all this charade until they got. So you got by Ryan. It happens. It did happen. And then now it's like you're trying to make up ground and accuse everybody else. And it looks bad because you're trying to sell a fight and then you're making it seem like, why should people get this subscription to DAZN, right? When you keep making it sound like you're fighting cheaters. Like that is not going to entice, to me at least, as a boxing fan, that don't entice me and make me want to watch a fight if it's not going to be a fair fight or if it's cheating. So to lean heavy on this guy's a cheater, not really good. Now, I would be remiss to not talk about this. The other issue is always VADA. And people, I'm just going off of the public opinion. They believe that Victor Conte, who helped connect some dots with VADA and Margaret Goodman or whatever, right? They think that there's a connection there. So it also looks bad when Victor Conte has a tattered, tainted past of PED usage, and then he cleaned his life up and started Snack. You work with him, right? And you're pretty much accusing the Ramirez's, the Normans, and different people who have never popped dirty. You're pretty much accusing them of potentially having something to hide, and you're insinuating, right, that they got something to hide and things like that. But the guy you work with, Victor Conte, is the one that was actually convicted, testified, and literally involved in that world. So the hypocrisy and the double standard, out of here. You work with a guy, no matter what he tries to change or how he reinvented himself or whatever, that's part of his past, period. Right? Balco, PED, that's in his universe. Now, you can't say that to Boxing Ego. You can look at my whole rap sheet. There's nothing about domestic or drugs or a slew of arrests. That's not me. You know what I'm saying? So this is not like everybody who come out the womb got these type of charges. Cause I don't have nothing like that on my rap sheet, on my G files. Check my G files. Look it up if you don't believe me. I don't got nothing crazy. So this is definitely an abnormality, that you were involved in that underworld of PED. And the Haneys, they keep insinuating and accusing and pushing everyone. Oh, what about Norman? Oh, you're going out of town. Oh, why you don't do it out there? You know what I mean? We'll pay. But you don't say nothing to the man you work with. So that look crazy. But beyond that, people think that like this is a setup. Like if Norman beats you or knocks you out, then he gonna pop dirty, because it seemed like you're pushing too heavy on the VADA, and people feel like Conti is somehow connected to that. I'm not telling you my opinion of what it is or whatever. I'm just talking about the public perception. So please try to come for me if you want, or sue me or whatever. I would love that, because I'm telling you public opinion of what people are saying. So all in all, for me, all this stuff looks bad. It looks bad because at the end of the day, we just want to see a good fight. We definitely want a clean fight. But when you're making it sound like Devin's the only clean person and everybody else is cheaters, to me, it don't really make me want to watch the fight. I mean, I want to watch the fight, but I want to watch the fight because I want to watch the fight. But you pretty much speculate, oh, why don't you want to take the test? Why are you going on vacation? Like, Bill Haney's acting like Scooby-Doo, like the Scooby-Doo mystery gang. You know what I mean? Like, he's just going around as if he's busted people, like he's Crime Stoppers or Scooby-Doo gang. Like, Zoink Scoob. Like, Bill Haney ain't caught one person. And like the Haneys, they have a weird, it's super weird duality that they try to push. Like Bill Haney I'm a street dude, I'm a hustler, 50 in the streets, I was pushing packs, I did this, so Devin, and like you trying to push the Oakland town business, you feel me? Yay! You try to push that angle, like the street life, thug, you know what I mean? Like this nation type of world, but then you're also lawsuits, suing people, trying to shine the flashlight on people who ain't, like, you're a Crime Stopper. So it's like, for me, I find that a bit weird. Like, you a gangster, but then you like accusing a bunch of people like you the judge, jury, and the executioner. So it's like, what gives, bro? Like, again, you tell me what gangster out there is, gangsters stand on business, but then they also like putting cases on people like Denzel and Trey. I'm putting cases on all you, huh? You think you can do this to me, huh? Like, bro, the Haneys is putting cases on all you boxers, huh? 23-hour lockdown, shoe program, right? So that whole double world for me is weird. Either you a gangster or you like pointing out people in the police lineup. Which one is it? Like me, I don't try to be like super thug or whatever. I'm just me. I ain't no punk, but you know what I mean? I just try to be me. I am me, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like the Haneys is like, it's a lot of like, look, you leaving the country, take the test, VADA go everywhere. Like, bro, you sound like a probation officer or something, for real, for real. But then you get on Vlad TV and then Bill Haney be talking about he 50 and 0 in the streets and he was beefing with Tupac. Like, what's going on, bro? So, yeah, I mean, of course, I want Brian Brian Norman and Haney fight to happen. I want everybody clean, but I'm not. I guess I don't make it my business of just a lot of like gossipy like speculation. Like if the man ain't did nothing and you don't really have no case or like real like evidence that convicts the man, it's like, what do you do, bro? What do you do? Like, cause he's muscular and in shape. A lot of black athletes are like brolic. And then Devin, when he was looking at Brian Norman, he was like, you look little to me. You look small, right? Meanwhile, Devin Haney replenishing 20, 25, 30 pounds overnight and involved with Snack, who again has the tattered past. So the more Bill Haney is like weaponizing VADA and like pushing VADA, I think ultimately the worse it looks for most people. I really believe that. I feel like it just looked bad. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe for more. Up your stream game. StreamYard. Affiliate link in the description. Up your YouTube game. Tools like vidIQ and TubeBuddy. Let me know what you think. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new, but even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast.